Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another get ready with me using mostly e.l.f. makeup this time, and I'm doing a really pretty bronze latte makeup trend look, and I'm really loving, I don't typically get that crazy into like makeup trends, but I'm loving this latte kind of thing. So to get started, I'm using the Profusion eyeshadow primer to prime my eyelids. And all this footage is sped up to just compact the video in a more condensed form and smaller upload. I'm using the e.l.f. brow pencil in natural brown, I believe, and I'm using this to fill in my brow. I'm going to use this spoolie to brush the product through, and I will also clean them up with a Q-tip. And I like this brow pencil. I have repurchased this pencil time and time again, and once I have them cleaned up with the Q-tip, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Cover Everything concealer. I found this at the Dollar Tree, and I just take a concealer brush and I just put the concealer under my brows, line them, and then I will blend it out with my finger, and that is perfecting the brows. Once that's done, I'm taking the e.l.f. Putty primer, and I'm going to apply this with a brush instead of my fingers and really press that into the pores. I have a pore kind of foundation video, like how to. I'm going to link that in the description or the cards, so look for that. This e.l.f. Camo Concealer in Rose Fair, or Fair Rose. I'm going to use this under the eyes and to conceal any other red areas on my face, and it does look a bit like, wow, that is way too light, but it will all pan out in the end. It does a good job at covering under eye circles, and I'm going to use it with this e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. And once I have my concealer down, this is such a really nice pigmented concealer too. I'm using the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation, which is so nice. This is a full coverage powder. Love this powder, highly recommend this powder. And I will first place that under the eyes and then I kind of just blend it on the face. And I do use the puff that came with it, and I just obviously put it all over the face like you would your powder or your foundation. And I love how lightweight this is. I love it for summer. I really love it for any time, but like I mostly use powder foundation during the summertime with a little bit of regular foundation mixed in there. But this powder is great if you've not tried it. It is such a good full coverage powder. And of course I'm going to take my e.l.f. Kabuki and buff that out. I left this in here because it's a little blooper. I was going to use that LaColors palette, that contour palette, and the bronzer fell out in my lap. So I'm using my LaColors pressed powder in tan to bronze with this day instead. I do not have an e.l.f. bronzer, so I'm just applying the bronzer to all the points of the face that I want to bronze or contour, and I'm going to blend it out with my Kabuki. And once I have my bronzer done, I'm going to take Milani's blush in Luminoso, because I do not have an e.l.f. blush either, and I'm going to apply this to the cheeks. And it's such a just luminous, glowy, peachy blush. It's so pretty, and this is a very popular blush as well. And from that LaColors contour palette, I'm using the highlighter. And I'm just going to hit a few key points on the face. Cupid's bow, chin, nose, and the bridge of the nose as well. None on the cheeks or the forehead today, because the blush is already glowy, and I like that. I left that in too because I dropped the fan on the floor. And this is the I Heart Revolution from Makeup Revolution setting spray. And now I'm going to use the Hard Candy Chilling Wonder Powder under the eyes for fallout. I'm using the e.l.f. Electric Mood eyeshadow palette. I know this is not available anymore, and you could use any brown eyeshadows for this look, anything similar, but I'm using a fluffy crease brush, and I'm using this light brown in the crease. I'm just going to buff that in the crease area, really buff that in. Oh, once I have that placed in my crease, I'm going to work on the other eye as well. Notice where I'm holding the brush in the middle so I have more control. And then I move further back to the end of the brush handle for loose control for blending. You just kind of like buff that into the crease. And I'm going to wipe off my brush on the towel. And then next up in this palette, I'm going to be taking the darker brown, which is like just a dark brown, coffee kind of brown. And I'm taking that on the same brush. And I am just taking on the side of the bristles. And I'm going to press that in the outer corner. And I'm just going to continue to build that up. And I'm holding the brush in the middle for more control. I'm going to continue to build that up. And once I have that, I'm going to add a little bit more product and then start kind of blending the outer corner shade with the crease shade. Wiping off my brush, and I'm going to add a little bit more of the lighter brown. So once I've done that, I'm going to be taking the shimmery brown bronzy shade, and I'm taking that on a flat shader brush, and I'm just going to apply that to the lid. I'm going to apply it on both lids, and this time I'm not using the foiling technique. I'm just applying the shimmery shade to the lid. It adheres really nicely, and it is really pigmented and shimmery. These palettes like this from e.l.f. are so good, and I wish that would continue to carry them. This one and the Retro Paradise palette are my two favorite e.l.f. palettes. They were great. So I'm going to go in with more shade. You'll see me blending as well. And I'm going to wipe away the fallout from the eyes. I'm using the NYX Single Eyeshadow in Pure Skin. And I'm going to apply that under the eyebrow. And I'm going to use that to also blend down the crease. And once I work on that brow highlight and the crease, I am going to use the fluffy blending brush to blend the brown in the crease with that highlight shade. And I will work on this for a minute. And this eyeshadow is from AOA Studio, from their Venetian Romance. And this shade is called Betrothed, and I'm using that as an extra highlight under the brow. This is going to bring even more light into the eye area, and it's very eye-catching and subtle all in one. I'm taking this reddish brown from that same eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to apply this to my lower lash line. And once I have the lower lash line done with the shade I want, I'm also going to go in and blend it with the fluffy blending brush and kind of smoke that out a bit. I'm going back in with that Venetian Romance eyeshadow and applying that in the inner corners to bring even more light into the eye instead of closing it off. And I like this shade a lot for that. It's so pretty. AOA Studio Gel Eyeliner in Seize the Day and in Sand Dollar. So I'm going to tight line with those, and I'm using the nude eyeliner in my waterline to bring more light to the eyes. And the e.l.f. Big Mood Mascara. I'm going to do a couple coats of that on each eye, and this mascara is awesome if you've never tried it. It's just, if you have smaller eyes, this brush can be a bit big and hard to work with, but it is a really good mascara. And I was saying no mascara on the lower lash line today. And from e.l.f. Retro Paradise, I'm using the Lip Gloss in Strawberry Daiquiri. Just a simple gloss to go with the very easy achievable eyes for today. And I hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready with me, found it helpful, and will try the look out for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos like these, and don't forget to check the description box as well as the cards for additional links.